Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It is Friday, the 4th of November.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. A little icky out there. Some drizzle in some parts.
A lot of people talking about how great it's going to be.
A little peep of your baby.
What am I hearing in the background? What was that? Was that our live shot? Okay, right. Tiffany Huertas is having a great time. We'll let you in on the action coming up. But right now, yes, people talking about how great the weekend is going to be once we get through this evening.
There's some excitement for the weekend. Maybe that's what we were hearing. Look, the weekend's going to be great. We've got a front coming through. It's going to clear everything out. We'll get beautiful weather Saturday and Sunday. But let's talk about that front. You're planning out your Friday. Here's what we're thinking. The front arrives to the Hill Country between 4 and 5 o'clock, arrives to San Antonio between 6 and 8 p.m. Then it arrives to our southeastern counties between 9 and 11 p.m. What can you expect? We're not looking for any rain in the Hill Country, but here in San Antonio, there is a brief window for storms. It's small, right between that 6 and 8 p.m. time period there. A couple storms could pop up. Then they'll build as they move east, so severe weather becomes more likely as you move east of I-35, and that goes into the evening and overnight hours, as you see there. So that's kind of the forecast, the timing when it comes to this front as it moves through tonight. Let's get you your forecast for today. 30% chance of some showers and drizzle this morning. Temperatures in the mid-70s. I do think we see some sun this afternoon. 86 by 3 or 4 o'clock, and that's going to be with humidity, with some breezy winds out of the south. And then we bring the rain chances back up just a little bit during that time frame I just talked about, with the potential for a few storms. I'll also tell you, once that front moves through, we'll get some gusty winds out of the northwest. Could see some gusts around 30 miles per hour. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be out and about, or if you're going to some football games tonight. There's a look at the live radar. We've got showers tracking through the area as we speak. The heaviest of those showers now on the east side of Bexar County. So if you're watching us from Atkins or St. Hedwig, you are getting some decent rain right now. It's not going to add up to a whole lot, but certainly making some roads wet out there. We've seen that on TransGuide, and Steven's been tracking that this morning. Steven, are you still seeing some of that?
It looks like some of it may have dwindled down, Justin, but let's get a quick look around town. 35 at Splashtown doesn't look too bad. Now, we did see some droplets on one of the TransGuide cameras out towards 410 and I-10 over on the east side of San Antonio, but it doesn't look like it's really causing any issues for drivers to stamp roads. But other than that, everywhere else around town is pretty quiet. 281 at Hildebrand. The commute is off as people are getting ready to drive off into the weekend, but we do have at least one crash that we're keeping a close eye on. 410 westbound at Babcock Road. Those westbound lanes don't appear to be having any much of an impact, but just watch out for those first responders working to clear the roadways. Could take them a little bit, but we don't have any other issues to report, thankfully, at this point. But you could see a lot of those slowdowns have actually dwindled down, as I mentioned earlier. No crashes other than that to report at this point, but you know there are going to be those road closures. So I would say right now, if you're at home, grab those camera apps and your phone, scan that QR code, tap the center of your screen, plan your commute ahead of time, head over to our KSAT traffic page and scroll to the bottom. There you'll find a full list of closures. So again, just make sure you plan your commute ahead of time as you get ready to drive off into the weekend. Mark, stuff.
Have a good weekend, Stephen. Thank you.
Thanks. Here's today's 9 at 9.
The U.S. added 261,000 jobs last month. That's according to a report just out today from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The unemployment rate edged up from 3.5 to 3.7%. That news follows a painful week for the economy. After a sixth interest rate hike, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says more hikes are needed to reach the target of 2% inflation.
Today is your last chance to vote early ahead of Election Day on Tuesday. Polls in Bexar County will be open until 8 p.m. today. To find the nearest polling location to you, just head to KSAT.com. If you plan to vote on Election Day, polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So far, 309,000 people have cast their ballot.
Sources say the Justice Department is considering a special counsel to oversee investigations into former President Donald Trump. The step may be necessary if Trump officially declares his candidacy for president again. Right now, the DOJ is observing a quiet period due to the midterm elections, but once Tuesday is over, there are signs the Justice Department will make the unprecedented move of indicting a former president.
World leaders are gathered this week for a check-in with the goal of addressing loss and damage from human-induced climate change. Right now, it seems we are not even close to reaching the goal set in 2016. The World Resources Institute recently released a report that shows to reach the goal, the world would have to take emissions down 43% by 2030. And right now, we are on track to only reduce 7%.
NBA star Kyrie Irving, benched in the wake of tweeting about an anti-Semitic film, has finally apologized. The Brooklyn Nets suspended Irving for at least 5 games without pay. The team said Irving is unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie deleted the tweet last week but continued to defend his actions. It was only after the suspension that he finally said he was sorry on Twitter.
Layoffs at Twitter coming today, about a week after Elon Musk bought the social media network. A company email told staff the cuts are meant to place Twitter on a healthy path and informed workers they'll find out the bad news via email. A growing number of Twitter workers say they lost access to company accounts overnight. A class action lawsuit is already pushing back on this decision.
Frustration is mounting at the nation's major air carriers among pilots. This week, the Board of Pilots Union at American Airlines rejected a 2-year contract that would have boosted pay by about 20%. And Delta pilots have given their union permission to call a strike if necessary. Sticking points include pay and scheduling. The carriers say contract talks are on track and that deals will be done.
The Astros now lead the World Series 3-2 after beating the Phillies last night in Game 5. Final score was 3-2. And the series now heads back to Houston for Game 6 on Saturday. According to ESPN research, history is on the Astros side because 7 of the last 9 teams that went home with the 3-2 series lead went on to win the World Series.
Don't forget to adjust your clocks this weekend. Sunday is the end of daylight saving time, and we get to fall back an hour. That means we'll have lighter mornings and darker evenings beginning next week. And that's today's 9 at 9.
And with Election Day just 4 days away, it's the final push for candidates to make their stance. And with that, Governor Greg Abbott made a stop in Bexar County to speak to voters.
Tiffany Huertas caught up with him yesterday, where he spoke about fixing some of the big issues Texas is dealing with.
Governor Greg Abbott spoke about different issues, from his plans to fight fentanyl to securing the border.
I want you to hire 87,000 Border Patrol agents.
Governor Greg Abbott made a campaign stop in Von Army.
One of the worst things going on the border is the deadly fentanyl coming across the border.
Families whose children died from fentanyl shared their stories. Abbott shared how he would combat fentanyl.
And we will label fentanyl for what it is. It is fentanyl poisoning. And then the second thing is this: the people who are lacing it on there and then knowingly selling it to somebody else, I want to increase their penalty and ensure that they will be charged with murder.
People from all over Bexar County and surrounding communities filled this local business to hear from the governor and State Representative John Lujan. One Elmendorf resident is interested in issues related to the border.
I've never even imagined anything like this border situation until it started happening, and it keeps going on and on.
Abbott also mentioned education, the economy, and how he plans to use extra funds.
And I want to use at least half of that $27 billion to return it to you with the largest property tax cut in the history of the state of Texas.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, Wednesday night, Steve Spriester had a one-on-one interview with Governor Abbott's Democratic opponent, Beto O'Rourke. While the governor did not take us up on our offer to do on one-on-one, he did sit down with our sister station over in Houston, KPRC. We have that full interview on KSAT.com. You can also watch the O'Rourke interview Steve did, in case you missed it.
And aside from the midterm elections, another big story is a spike in children respiratory illnesses we're seeing here and all over the country. More hospitals report being overwhelmed by the number of RSV cases in children. And overnight, a major development. As ABC's Rhiannon Ali explains, there's word that a new treatment has been approved overseas for the youngest of children.
Children's hospitals from coast to coast are seeing a dangerous spike in sick kids. RSV infections are now double what we saw last year, with cases not expected to peak until February.
We've seen about a 500% increase in positive testing in children that have been admitted for upper respiratory infection.
Hospital pediatric beds are now above 80% capacity in at least 17 states. In Michigan, RSV cases jumped from 95 in September to more than 800 in October. And the cases, apparently more severe than in years past.
We're giving a lot of support that often requires inhalation therapies, sometimes steroids, sometimes breathing machines like ventilators, until the virus itself works its way out.
Officials yesterday confirmed a 6-year-old boy from Detroit died from RSV. His death, one of hundreds expected this year. 500 children and 14,000 adults die from RSV-related complications each year, with infants and seniors most vulnerable.
The most susceptible to complications and hospitalization and issues with it are young babies, so babies and children under the age of 2.
Meanwhile, overnight, doctors in Europe announcing a breakthrough in preventing RSV infections. The European Commission now approving a monoclonal antibody injection that protects newborns against the virus.
We've been looking for solutions to be able to prevent RSV for close to 50 years. We don't think that this is going to stop all infection from RSV. What this is really designed to do is stop RSV from being a serious disease and really causing those severe lung infections.
The treatment has not been approved in the U.S., but it could be approved by next fall. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to speak with the Chief Medical Officer for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio to talk about what we're seeing here in our area and what caregivers can do to keep kids healthy.
9:09, 74 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Our podcast, South Texas Crime Stories, has a new season out all about the satanic panic hysteria in the 80s and 90s. Co-host of the podcast, Erica Hernandez, is going to join us in a few minutes to tell us about this new season and what's next for the series.
Plus, tomorrow it's all about celebrating the diversity of India, from dancing to food and crafts. After the break, Tiffany Huertas is going to tell us what's going to be different this year at the city's Diwali Festival. Just about 9:13, a festival of lights celebrating the traditions and culture of India returns to San Antonio this weekend.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live to talk more about what visitors will experience this year at the city's Diwali Festival. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. It's going to be happening at Hemisphere and right here at the Arneson Theater. There's going to be food, music, fireworks, a river parade, and so many traditions. To talk a little bit more about this, we have Asha here with us. Good morning, Asha. Talk to us about this event and the meaning behind it.
Good morning, Tiffany. We are excited to be celebrating Diwali. Diwali is a major festival of India that actually celebrates the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness. It is celebrated all throughout India and all around the world by millions of people.
And at this year's event, what can people expect? Foods, colorful things?
Yes, there's so much to see and do. This is our 14th year, and we are back bigger and better than before. We have tons of live entertainment across 3 stages. There's Rangoli floor art displays. We even have some new elements this year, including what's called Diwali Illumination. It's a lighted maze that you could walk through.
And we're also going to have some special guests from India.
Yes, we'll have some special guests who will come and get to see how San Antonio really outdoes all the other cities across the country and celebrates Diwali.
What does it mean for you to have this event here in San Antonio?
Well, I was actually born and raised in Chicago and was exposed to a lot of culture, but here in San Antonio with my kids to share, Diwali is really this umbrella for all of the regional associations to come and share their traditions, their cultures, not only with the Indian community, but with all of San Antonio.
Amazing. And we're going to have a special performance right now. Talk to us about that.
Yes, we are going to see from LA, a choreographer, Derek J. Garcia, who will be giving a preview of what you can see tomorrow night.
Dance moves, and it's going to be so much fun. If you want to go out there this weekend, all that information is going to be right now on KSAT.com. And this is what I love about San Antonio, all the different cultures and traditions that we have here, and we're all celebrating it together. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Go outside with a live cam. Kind of a great day out there. Had some drizzle earlier this morning, and I believe Justin was tracking a few showers on radar.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of rain out there right now. It's not a lot. It's, again, not going to add up too much.
Yeah.
And I think our window for storms today, it's so small. It is there, so I'm going to let people know about it. But I probably wouldn't cancel your evening plans, and the weekend shaping up to be nice. So let's first start with where this front is. It's out across West Texas right now. You can see the difference. It's 44 in Lubbock, 36 in Amarillo. There is some cold air with this. We're not going to get terribly cold air here. We'll cool down a little bit tomorrow, but we're not going to be looking at 30s or 40s or anything like that. Out ahead of it, a lot of humidity, a lot of warmth. 75 in San Antonio, 74 right now in Waco. And you can see some of the moisture getting pulled north in the form of some light showers here around San Antonio, and then some storms trying to develop along the front as you get up into the Texas Panhandle. By the way, a few snowflakes in the Texas Panhandle. It's possible they could see a little bit of snow with this. It is that cold up there. As we look a little closer here at San Antonio, you can see some of those light showers that have developed. And we'll switch over to the live radar here. And again, these are moving pretty quick. They're not going to put down much rain, but they will make for some wet roads. We've already seen that this morning, and it can get a little bit slick out there. The main little area of rain that we're seeing stretches from Elmendorf up to about Schertz. And there are some pockets of more moderate rain perhaps mixed in there. And this is along 87, and then as you get up towards I-10 and 1604, you may run into some of that wet stuff. And there could even be a little bit of drizzle elsewhere around San Antonio. Now, as we head into the afternoon, these clouds will eventually lift. We'll get some sun, and temperatures actually will get pretty warm this afternoon. 75 right now, 72 the dew point, south-southeasterly winds at 10. And the KSAT 12-hour forecast will call for about a 30% chance of showers, some of that drizzle through the lunch hour. And then during the early afternoon, it clears out a little bit and temperatures jump up to 86. Then by 5, 6 o'clock, we'll start to add back in some of those rain chances with the potential of a few storms during this time. About a 30% chance, as I said. And this is also the time frame where we could see maybe 1 or 2 strong storms. After that, it turns windy. So 9, 10 o'clock, expect some gusty winds out of the northwest. Here's how it looks on our futurecast. We'll fast forward to 5 o'clock, and notice actually 7 o'clock, and notice it clears out some, but by 7 is when we start to see some of these storms developing along the front as it comes through San Antonio. And then by 9 o'clock, it's moving into our eastern counties, and then by, say, midnight, a lot of this is starting to move out. So again, the opportunity to really get significant rain, it's just not there. And then tomorrow morning, maybe a few clouds, and then Saturday, it clears out. The severe weather risk, and you'll notice San Antonio is right on the edge here, and I think that's about right. And it's a low-end risk. But as you go east of San Antonio, the risk jumps up a little bit. So Floresville, Gonzales, Cuero, Howittsville, you do have a slightly higher risk of seeing some gusty winds with these storms, and I think that is the main threat. Winds of up to 60 miles per hour. It is from Waco, Lufkin, up to Texarkana, where I think we'll really get quite a bit of severe weather this evening. So if you have travel plans up to Dallas or over to Houston, you do want to check the app and make sure that your travel will be okay. So here's the bottom line. Brief window for storms, 7 to 8 p.m. This is San Antonio we're talking about. Low end, very low end severe weather risk. And that is going to be mainly east of I-35. So as we look at the extended forecast, 78 tomorrow, 84 Sunday. Don't forget we fall back, as you guys mentioned earlier. 20% chance of some showers on Monday, mainly in the morning, and partly cloudy much of next week with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. We'll be right back.
922 South Texas Crime Stories has a new season out, and it's all about the satanic panic hysteria of the late 1980s and 90s.
Co-host of the podcast, Erica Hernandez, is joining us now to talk about season 5. Hey, good morning.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
So tell us, why the whole season about satanic panic?
So this was a big hysteria, like you just said, in the 80s and 90s, and it affected thousands of people across the nation. But there was 2 cases here in San Antonio that were affected. And it's interesting to see that even here in San Antonio, 5 people were wrongfully accused.
What is the focus of each of the 3 episodes?
So the first 2 episodes focuses on the Melvin Queenie case. Melvin Queenie was accused of sexually assaulting his son even going on the stand to testify against him at 10 years old. But what happened is 30 years later, now he's seeking exoneration, and we're at his hearing in July where his son takes the stand again, this time saying it was all a lie. I was forced to tell this lie. And then the 3rd episode, which is focused on the San Antonio 4 is an interview with one of the women, Ana Vasquez, who was wrongfully accused and actually had to serve most of her time. And here's a little preview of that episode 3.
They are known as the San Antonio 4, a group of friends wrongfully convicted in the 1990s. All 4 accused of satanic rituals on 2 little girls and charged with aggravated sexual assault and indecency with a child.
I had no idea that wrongful convictions were happening and, along with satanic panic.
Ana Vasquez, one of the 4 women, telling her story and how she fought and never gave up hope.
I just could not wrap my mind around being convicted of a crime that never even occurred.
This is South Texas Crime Stories, Satanic Panic, Part 3.
So as you just heard, Ana, she has now since been exonerated as well as the other 3 women, and now working with the Texas Innocence Projects to help others who have been wrongfully accused.
And what's next for the podcast?
Well, we're taking a little break, but not just to recharge. It's because we have a big announcement coming in December, and we're looking forward to that announcement. I'm sure we'll be here to talk about that announcement, but we are working on some really big episodes, and we're really excited about what's coming next for the podcast. It grew a lot quicker and faster than we expected, so we thank everybody for listening and all our viewers. And now that we're adding video, you can now watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Go to KSAT.com. We're kind of on all platforms. So you could experience this podcast fully from visual to just listening, depending on what your preference is.
Including KSAT's YouTube channel.
Exactly. On our YouTube channel, you could just type in KSAT or South Texas Crime Stories, and all of the episodes would be there. And we had 25 episodes air this year, so we're really excited about that and excited about next year, what's to come for this podcast.
All right, big announcement next month.
Yes.
A lot of hard work and very interesting so far. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Erica. Good to have you here. 926, 74 degrees.
And we'll be back with our Q&A with the Chief Medical Officer for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio.
Welcome back. Just shy of 9:30 on your Friday morning. The combination of COVID, the flu, and RSV inundating hospitals around the country with sick kids, including right here in San Antonio.
With such similar symptoms, it can be confusing to determine which illness your child may have. And joining us today is Dr. Norman Christopher, the Chief Medical Officer for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Christopher. What does our hospital situation look like here in the Alamo City?
Similarly, here in San Antonio, as throughout most of Texas and really throughout the country, there's significant pressure on all of our emergency departments right now with high volumes of sick children. The inpatient units are full, and we're planning on a daily basis with how to provide the best care and the highest quality care to all of these patients and families who are requesting treatment.
And we have heard specifically of hospital beds in some parts of the country filling up. Are we seeing that here?
All throughout Texas, we're at about 90% occupancy rate. We here at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio are meeting in a formal way at least 3 times a day to look at our bed capacity, volumes of patients in the emergency department, the number of patients who are being held, awaiting beds, both within our own emergency department, but as well as those who are in other community hospitals where patients are also presenting and requiring high levels of care. So all day long, every day, we're looking at ways to position our patients in the best possible way.
COVID, flu, RSV, any one of those would get a parent's attention. How can parents best determine which illness their child might have, Dr. Christopher?
That's a really important question, and it's not an easy. There's not an easy answer to that. I think some have heard of what's now being termed the triple-demic. RSV and influenza are very common viruses. They're very seasonal. We have been dealing with those 2 infections for many, many years during the fall and winter months. That was made more complex this year as children and families come out of isolation, some of the preventive health measures that we were so compulsive about are not being used quite as compulsively anymore. And by that, I mean, keeping oneself isolated when they're sick, using careful hand washing, masking, those sorts of things. So what we're being faced with right now is a rebound in these infections. In the last 2 months or so, we've had a fairly marked increase in the number of patients with RSV infection in our emergency department. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, influenza has made a very, very quick increase. The primary differences in those, RSV is an upper respiratory tract infection. The youngsters present with runny nose, cough, low-grade fever. As the disease progresses, they can have lung involvement, and so associated with that could be some wheezing and shortness of breath, rapid breathing. Influenza is a little bit of a different presentation. Influenza typically presents with muscle aches, fever, headache, and cough. We worry a little bit more in both of those cases in children who have underlying medical conditions, underlying health conditions, where the infection can be more dramatic and have a greater impact on the child's overall health.
And a lot of our kiddos are in school for a big chunk of a day, along with other kiddos. What can parents and caregivers do to keep their kids healthy?
Well, we encourage our families to have very close contact with their primary care physician, their pediatrician, or their family doctor if they're concerned about their child. We're discouraging families coming to emergency departments right now for more routine conditions. But certainly if a family is concerned about a medical condition such as what I've described, I think the best approach is to talk to your primary care physician first. Try to get the evaluation done in their office if that's at all possible, if that's feasible, and if not, of course, we'll take good care of those youngsters in the emergency department. I would recommend all of the same preventive health measures that we've done before. That is, if your child is sick, keep them home, use careful hand washing. People who are at high risk for more severe disease should be kept apart. And of course, there are vaccines available for COVID as well as for influenza. There is a vaccine under development for RSV. It's a Pfizer vaccine. It's not quite ready for prime time, but there is some promising results in some early studies.
All right, Dr. Norman Christopher, thank you so much for your time. We've covered a lot of ground. We know this is a very interesting topic right now with so many kids sick, but Dr. Christopher with Children's Hospital SA, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Have a good weekend.
You too.
And let's look outside with a live cam on my walk to my car for my second dose of caffeine. A few sprinkles here and there, but I didn't need a huge rain jacket or anything.
It's just been kind of drizzly this morning, right? We've had some drizzle here and there, some heavier showers in spots, but not everyone's getting that rain. Let's look at the radar and show you exactly where the rain is at this hour. If you're heading out the door, grab the umbrella just in case, because you could run into one of these showers. But you'll notice it's all very, very light. It's all tracking off to the north pretty quickly. We are starting to see a few more returns there across Bexar County. Could be some wet roads too. And then that area of rain that's been sort of more moderate, we showed you earlier around Atkins, that is quickly pushing north too. So anything you see is going to be moving at a fairly swift rate today. 30% chance of showers, some drizzle through noon. Then we clear out some. The sun pops out, and temperatures make their way up to 86. Then this evening we'll start to add back in some small rain chances. It's going to be a close call as to whether San Antonio gets rain at all. And then we'll see some gusty winds behind that line tonight, some gusts up around 30 miles per hour. So with that in mind, let's look at the football forecast. We expect the temperatures will be around 81 degrees by kickoff. We're talking here in San Antonio. There is that small window for rain, but I really don't think it's going to interrupt that many football games, especially if you're San Antonio or out west. Football should be fine. If you're east of San Antonio, we will need to watch this. It will be windy, though, for those field goal kickers and punters. Always an issue, and for the fans, too. We'll talk more about this front and the weekend forecasts and what's ahead next week, too, coming up in just a few minutes.
Let's talk sports. Astros had an impressive performance from a rookie and veterans last night. Game 5 of the World Series. The name everyone's talking about today, Jeremy Pena. The rookie had 3 hits in 4 at-bats with 2 RBIs and a go-ahead home run. Became the first rookie shortstop in MLB history with a hit in 5 straight World Series games. But that's not all. His 4th-inning solo homer not only helped the Astros take the lead, but also made him the first rookie shortstop to hit a home run in Fall Classic history. Astros win Game 5 3-2 and take the lead in the series.
You know, all these games have been hard fought. You know, they have a great team. You know, they put together great at-bats, have great pitching, you know, and great ball clubs win close games. And, yeah, glad we came out on top. We know there's still work to do, and we're going to try to finish it off in Houston.
Boy, he's played remarkably well, and, boy, I mean, he's really carried us for a while here, and you know, through this postseason, and that's especially tough for a young player, young shortstop, and I'm just glad we have him.
We are too, Dusty. We are too. Game 6 back in Houston tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. If the Phillies win that game, Game 7 will be on Sunday, also in Houston. Either way, we will have a World Series winner this weekend right here in Texas.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
The undefeated Eagles got off to a slow start last night against the Texans, but overcame that and won 29-17 on Thursday Night Football. Houston is now 1-5-1 on the season. Meanwhile, the Eagles improved to 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. We have reached the final week of the regular season for high school football in Texas, and tonight's game of the week to watch is Brandeis versus Reagan for the District 28 6A title. Andrew Seeley previews the big game and gives us a look at what to expect from the sports team tonight on the Night Beat.
This is not just a regular game. This would be a big playoff atmosphere. You know, crowd's going to be crazy, fans are going to be crazy, and we're going to bring the energy.
Whoever wins this game wins a district championship, and we wouldn't want it any other way. These are kind of games you dream about.
It's all on the line tonight at Comalander Stadium as Brandeis takes on Reagan. The Rattlers have owned the Broncos over the last 2 years, outscoring Brandeis by a combined margin of 72-29. This time around, both teams come in with a relatively similar ideology.
Very physical up front, very large up front. Very quick backs, very skilled athletes, and very well coached.
Very physical, both sides of the ball. A really good kicking game, very well coached. It'll be a heavyweight fight on Friday night at 7 o'clock at Comalander Stadium.
Here come the Coyotes! Meanwhile, the BGC road trip is heading west, kicking off in Uvalde, where the Coyotes host Somerset. Larry Ramirez and photographer Eddie Latigo will then make a couple more stops, heading to Sabinal and Hondo. And the BGC fan cam swings by Central Catholic to see the Buttons take on Houston St. Pius X. We'll have all the highlights from Week 11 on the Night Beat. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
UTSA looking for their first road win in Birmingham tomorrow against UAB. UTSA also looking for their second straight 5-0 start in conference play. Kickoff in Birmingham tomorrow set for 2:30. Other games tomorrow include Florida at A&M, kickoff at 11, and then tomorrow night is Texas at Kansas State at 6 o'clock. Oh, there's more. Yep, there's more. Good luck to San Antonio FC as they look to win the Western Conference Final. Sunday night, they're going up against a familiar foe, Colorado Springs Switchbacks. This game is set for 7:30 Sunday at Toyota Field. And I have a quick correction. Houston Texans are 1-6-1 on the season. Hey, there were several high school football games last night. You can watch highlights and check out scores on KSAT.com.
Catch your breath.
Whew.
There you go.
That was fun.
Time now, 9:41 and 75 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9. We're not having to use the heater just yet, but costs for keeping our homes warm this winter are expected to be much more than last year. After the break, what you can do to try and save some money.
We are not seeing really cold temperatures right now, but when Texas's version of winter arrives, warming our homes could cost us more this year.
Energy prices are expected to rise higher than previous years this winter. ABC's Rena Roy explains the reasons for the increase and how to save money in the coming months.
As Americans adjust the thermostat this winter, the degrees won't be the only number ticking upward. Monthly energy bill payments are also expected to increase.
Overall, we expect the cost of home energy to go up about 18% this winter, largely driven by higher natural gas costs. So the average family will be spending about $200 more this winter than they spent last year. And last year was also expensive.
The rise in costs is due to multiple factors: the war in Ukraine,
Russia is cutting off natural gas supplies to Western Europe.
Hotter temperatures this past summer.
So electric companies had to use more natural gas to produce electricity, and that drove down reserves.
And the switch from coal to natural gas for environmental benefits puts additional pressure on natural gas markets. Plus, the winter months are expected to be even colder this year, driving demand.
These are multiple factors. They're all outside of government control. So there's nothing the federal government can do in the short run to increase supply.
What you can do to save some cash is take steps to reduce energy consumption. First, get your furnace tuned up and replace the filters.
A tuned-up furnace will use less energy.
Turn the thermostat down.
5 degrees from what you normally use the furnace at can save you 10% on your bill.
And apply caulk to any gaps around the house where heat could get out. You can also try calling your local utility company to see if they offer free or subsidized programs that increase the efficiency of your home. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Justin joined us now, and the question is, will Mother Nature kick off some storms right around kickoff time tonight?
That is the big question. I got to tell you, there is a distinct possibility that San Antonio doesn't get any rain at all. And I know that's not what we want to hear, but
yeah.
We're just really on the tail end of things. And that means our window to get any rain is a small one, and it may not even happen. So let's take a look at the radar right now. We are getting some showers this morning, so that's good. It is sort of damp. We've had some fog and drizzle here and there. And you see those showers that are moving south to north at a pretty good clip. These showers will continue to push east, and so by the afternoon, shower activity, and we could start to see a few thunderstorms off to our east. That'll move away, and then we'll get some clearing, I think, here around San Antonio, which will boost temperatures into the 80s. So it is going to be a warm afternoon, warm and humid. And there you look at the live radar here around San Antonio. There are some white returns, and there still is some drizzle coming down in spots. You may have to use your windshield wipers briefly. And we've had a few wet roads here and there, too. There's like the satellite picture. Quite a bit of cloud cover, but there are breaks out towards Bandera and Hondo. Cotulla seeing some sun, and we've even seen a few breaks here around San Antonio, and I think we'll probably see clouds break up even more during the afternoon hours, as I said. And as we look at the big picture here, you can see the storm system starting to kind of gather strength, if you will. There's some storms right along the front, and then on the backside of this low pressure system, starting to see a few snowflakes flying across the Texas Panhandle, just cold enough there to get a little bit of snow. We're not going to get that really cold air here. It will get a little cooler tomorrow, but not much. And as we look at the current temperatures, it's 36 right now in Amarillo, 44 Lubbock. So that's where the cold air is. And then out ahead of this system, seeing 70, 75 right now here in San Antonio, 74 Waco, 78 Houston, and it's very humid as well. There's the live scene outside. We've got cloudy skies, 75 at the airport, and 75 across the board, very consistent, with good southerly winds ushering in all that moisture. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 30% chance of rain through about the lunch hour. Then we bring rain chances down a little bit, clear out some. 86 degrees by 3 o'clock, 86 by 4 p.m. Then our front starts to work in, so we'll bring rain chances back up, only the 30%. And this is that window where we could maybe see a strong storm, although I think the bulk of severe weather, if we're going to see it at all, or even strong storms, will be east of San Antonio. Then it turns windy by 9, 10 o'clock. If you're going to be out and about, know that the gusty winds will be kicking in out of the northwest. We could see some gusts up around 30 miles per hour. Dew point trend today, yeah, it's very humid first half of the day, but once that front moves through, sometime between 6 and 8 p.m., dew point falls off a cliff. We'll see very dry air starting to move in tonight into tomorrow. So here is the forecast. As we look through one of our computer models, and this one's been pretty reliable, shows that the showers and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder moving east by noontime. Then the skies clear a little bit. Here comes our front. Notice there is no rain along the front in the hill country around dinner time. It takes until 7 o'clock for storms to finally start developing along the front, and that could be too late. That front may have passed us by before storms get to develop here in San Antonio. So that's one one way things could kind of play out where we don't get any rain at all, or we could see a couple storms develop right over San Antonio and then quickly push east. So by 9 o'clock, storms likely affecting our eastern counties, and I think by midnight, the bulk of this weather is completely out of our area, and we'll see just a few clouds to start Saturday before it completely clears out. The severe weather risk, I mean, we're right on the line here. You really got to go east to San Antonio before you run into the risk of severe weather. And then it really jumps up as you get up into the Metroplex and you go east towards Shreveport, Texarkana. That's an area where I think they could have a pretty significant severe weather outbreak, but it's all well north and east of us. 78 Saturday, 84 Sunday. Don't forget to fall back. Low humidity for the most part over the weekend, but we bring it back on Monday with a chance of some showers and then low to mid 80s much of next week. We'll be right back.
Don't forget, we are raising money for the fight against cancer and cancer research. Some of us here at KSAT taking part in No Shave November, 15 of us. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our webpage where you can find a link to donate. Last year, we raised over $20,000, and we hope to exceed that this year. Right now, we have raised, and we're only 4 days in, just over $1,000. Stephen Cavazos is in first place. I'm in second. Justin Horn is coming in fourth right now in the tally board for Team KSAT. But we would love for you to participate. You have all month, and any donation will do, whether it be $1 or $100.
Yeah, good job,
Absolutely.
guys, so far. I just, used that QR code right now. I used my phone. It works. It's up and working, and plenty of time to donate.
You're donating to me, right? Just kidding.
I still have time. Of course I will.
According to these standings, Justin, you need Stephanie's donation.
Oh, my goodness.
Just kidding.
Oh, man.
Today is the last day for early voting. Polling locations will be open through 8 o'clock this evening.
And voters can choose any polling location during early voting. So after today, you will need to vote in the area that you are registered to vote in. So scan the QR code on your screen to see all of our election resources.
And right now, just a few light showers out there. We're watching for that chance of a couple of storms this evening, sometime between 6 and 8 p.m. here in San Antonio. But we're just not looking for a whole lot. I don't think the radar is going to be super active, at least here in town. The storms may pick up a little bit as they move east of San Antonio. So keep your Friday night plans, but have the KSAT weather app with you. We'll alert you if anything does change. And we'll see some sun this afternoon, too. Clears out for the weekend. The weekend looks great. Low humidity both Saturday and Sunday. Hey, we want to alert you real quick. We've got a traffic issue, and this is out near Seguin on I-10 eastbound. Reports of an issue there, and it is starting to back up traffic there on the main lanes as you go eastbound into Seguin on I-10. That's right there at FM 725.
We think the main lanes are entirely closed. Only the shoulder is open, so don't be surprised if they're diverting traffic. Again, this is in East Bexar County as you're approaching the Guadalupe River coming into the western side of the city of Seguin.
Yes, hopefully you can avoid that area this morning.
Yep. Have a great weekend.
Yes, happy Friday, and we'll see you back here at noon.